Hello everybody, Battlehard here with my first video commentary. The topic of the day is specialization. Now what do I mean by specialization? Specialization is specializing in a certain thing. Now how am I applying this to Battlefield, and how can you apply this to Battlefield, or maybe even in a better sense, how can you apply this to Medal of Honor Warfighter if you're getting Medal of Honor Warfighter, which is kind of half the reason I'm doing this video, because the game is coming out in a couple weeks. Now, my idea of specialization in these two games is taking either one or two classes, and this can be on Battlefield or Medal of Honor Warfighter, picking one or two classes, experimenting with all of them, but find two that you're really good at, and then start using those. I, for example, am probably one of the best assault medics there is. Now, I'm not the best shot in the world, and I'm probably not the best rusher, but I will heal you no matter what. And I'm fairly good at engineer too. I can run around and take out a tank if I really must. I'm not the best engineer, but I can do fairly well at it. But what I mean is taking a single class and focusing on that, using only that class, putting all your effort into it, and you'll become really good at it. Now, extend that even further. Pick one or two or even three guns. Now, because they're guns, it'll take a little longer to experiment, but within your class that you decide that you're really good at, pick a gun and become really good at that. To give you an example, Rival X Factor, some of you may know him, some of you may not. He's one of the members of the best team in the world currently for Battlefield 3. The title may have changed a little bit, don't quote me on it, but anyways, the idea I'm trying to get across is he uses only the M16, M416, and AEK. He has over 25,000 kills with the M16 and probably around the same with the AEK and getting close with the M416. So he's really good at that gun, probably better than most of you with that gun. He's so good at it that it's so natural for him to run around with that gun that when he plays, it's almost like he's literally better than everyone else. It's like probably almost to the point where he gets accusations like all the time because he's so good. He gets so many kills. He goes on so many insane kill streaks. I mean, his KD is like, on some of the matches I see, he'll have a match KDR of something like 6 or 7. It's like 52 kills to like 7 deaths. It's something like disgusting like that. And sometimes scores even better than that. So he's focused on a single class, the assault class, a single gun or a couple of guns, the M16, A3, and the AEK, and he's become honestly a better player by specializing. Now, is it good to vary your roll up and do different tasks? Yes, that's why I say don't just pick only one but two classes, and this carries even more heavily over into Medal of Honor Warfighter, because say you pick up the heavy gunner class and you find you're really good at the heavy gunner class. Okay, that's one of the best defensive classes in the game, but you can't really do that much on offense. It's really hard. The class is not structured for it, so it'll be really hard for you to play on offense with the heavy gunner class. So you might want to choose another class like Spec Ops or Point Man or Assaulter to specialize in. That's also good for assaulting, so that way you have one for defense or one for attack. And that's basically the strategy behind the class specialization. And the gun specialization idea is, I'm not kidding, if you play with only one or two guns, after practicing and trying out the first, like, say, day or 2 days that you get the class, or when I unlock it, test out new guns, but find the gun that really works for you, and then only use that gun, and you'll become so proficient at it that it's just, you'll think like you're honestly like the best person in the world with that gun if you do it enough. Like, for example, Rival X Factor, I think he's played since the beta came out with only M16 and the AEK, with the exception of a few other times. He is so good at them. It's honestly made him like 3 times better at the game because he knows the gun so well. probably even dreams about them sometimes. And he's just so proficient in the gun, and you can be that proficient with a gun if you specialize in it and spend months and months using that gun 99% of the time. You'll become so good and so varied in the gun that you'll be able to destroy anyone with it at any range, doing basically anything. You'll probably be able to put any attachments on it. You'll find out what setup works for you. I know Medal of Honor Warfighter, the attachments are going to be greatly varied, and it's going to be different. You can customize things for different types of combat, and you'll just be like insane at the game. So you might want to try this concept out. So I really recommend that you might want to try it on maybe Battlefield. You're probably already well versed, but you might want to try it on Medal of Honor Warfighter. And that's all I have today. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and please remember to like, comment. If you want to see more Medal of Honor Warfighter content when it comes out, subscribe.